on YouTube as well. Hello, good evening. Hi, I'm sorry, I had a problem here with my login account. And then it took me forever to enter. I'm sorry. Hello. So let's see if everybody is coming. Let's see if the guys are here on Instagram, on YouTube. Hi, Fabi. Good afternoon. I'm sorry. I don't know what happened. Like everything logged out, like all my accounts. And then I had to access through my email. I don't know what happened. It was crazy. Like, I don't know if it was a safety procedure from Google. I don't know. But then I had to wait the email with the code, crazy things. But now I'm here. Thank you for coming. And today we're going to talk about the acronyms. Yeah, it happens. I hope it's a common procedure, right? Like I imagine they do that from time to time, I think. I'm gonna put some filter here because my face is terrible today. Like I was hurrying, like I was in a hurry today, like rushing a lot. But now I'm here. So today our live will be short. So we're going to be like very fast today. So let's see if we can manage the topics and the words I prepared here for you. I separated two types of acronyms, like the ones we can use at work, like the ones that are more, the ones that are possible to use with our colleagues from work, or depending on the boss, if it is a casual boss, right? And the informal ones, the ones we generally use when we are texting or talking to our friends. You look beautiful. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Bobby. It is so hot today. I don't know if you feel the same. I don't know if the guys who are following us have the same feeling, but I'm feeling very hot today. Like I'm feeling hot. So, but that's it. So let's go. I'm going to share my screen, and I prepared some slides for our Instagram followers as well, if they want to share with us the answers and the guesses. I prepared the quiz for us to use at the end of the presentation. Okay, here we go. I'm going to start with, let me see the file here. And today the file will be different. I separated a different presentation here for you. Yeah, this one. Do you see my screen? Yeah. So today, you see it's different. I prepared a black screen for you here to change a little bit. I don't know if it's possible for you to read. I hope you can read it. So I'm going to start with a very common question my students generally ask me, which is, what's an acronym? So they say, Lady, what's an acronym? And then I generally tell them, an acronym, it's a kind of abbreviation formed from the initial letters of the words and pronounced as a word. I generally say that acronyms, in my opinion, acronyms are different from abbreviation, because abbreviation is not the first letter of the words. Abbreviation is a short form of a word. An acronym is you get the first letter of two or more words, and then you create a word. You even pronounce it as a word. So this is an acronym. I don't know if we have acronyms in Portuguese. I'm not sure. I don't remember if we have acronyms in Portuguese, but in English they are very, very common. We use them all the time. Okay, so and then today I separated some examples here for you. So I separated the first acronym I learned when I was a student. Ah, ok. TJ, tamo junto? That's it. Tamo junto. That's interesting. Yeah. Ah, ok. Tribunal de Justiça. Tamo junto. Ok, TJ, that's true. Oh yeah, we have STF. That's it. TJ. Hi guys, I'm sorry. I'm terrible today. Terrible. Oh my. Okay. Focus. So, TJ, that's it. Not Justiça, STF, ST. What else? STJ. Oh my gosh. Okay, so forget about Portuguese. Let's go back to English. Our focus here is English, okay? STJ. You see? STJ. I knew that. Okay. And then we have the first acronym I learned was ASAP. So I remember when I first saw this word, I was like, what is this word? Like ASAP. I had no idea what that word meant. And then I saw the explanation. And after that, I started seeing this word in emails, messages, text messages, right? Great. So, and something very important we have to pay attention to is the way we ask about acronyms. So, in Portuguese, we would probably say, o que significa TJ? So, we generally say, o que significa, maybe. O que significa TJ? Ou STJ. But in English, the correct way to ask about acronyms is, what does, and then we mention the acronym, and then we use stand for. So what does ASAP stand for? What does TJ stand for? What does STJ stand for? Okay, so this is the correct this is the correct way. If you want to know what that acronym means, this is the question we ask. And then the person answers. ASAP stands for as soon as possible. TJ stands for Tribunal de Justiça, ou tamo junto. Okay, so this is how we're going to use this question. So remember the phrasal verb stand for. So this acronym stands for, and then we explain what it is, okay? So now, let's cover the ones we generally see at work. So the acronyms we use at work. So I separated here some options, and I'm going to share some pictures here on Instagram too. If the guys see my screen, they will see the pictures too. Okay, so here we go. The first one is CEO. So this word is very common. But we Brazilians, we generally mispronounce this word. So we generally say CO, but the correct way is CEO. We have to pronounce the 3 letters, CEO, okay? Which is Chief Executive Officer. But nobody says Chief Executive Officer. People say CEO, okay? Then another word is VP, so the vice president. I remember when I visited some companies and then they had the VP visiting the company, they used to say, "Oh, the VP is here. Today the VP is visiting us." So they use this all the time. The VP, the VP. So the VP is here. The VP is coming. Okay, they generally arrive by helicopter, and then the whole company goes crazy, right? It's very interesting. The VP. Then we have B2B, which is business to business. So, for example, I have a company, and then Fabi has a company too. So we do business together. So I probably sell my product to her, or she sells her products to me. Okay, so this is how we deal with that. So B2B. And then we have B2C, which is business to customer. So remember, the sound is customer, okay? Now, for example, I have a company, and then I will sell the product. I will have a department taking care of this product to sell this product to a client, not to a company, but now to the final client. So then we say B2C, okay? So again, CEO, 3 letters, CEO, VP, B2B, B2C, okay? And the next one, the one that everybody loves, this is very common nowadays, which is PTO. I don't know if your company uses this option, but some companies, some big companies, some tech companies, some startups, they use this a lot. And then a lot of people talk about this PTO. What is PTO? Pay time off. So it's a period of time that the person is paid while they're away from work. And I know some people who work for big companies, like famous big companies, international companies, and they told me they just put PTO on the calendar, and then the boss doesn't question why the person is not going to work, where the person is going to. You see, it's very interesting. It's totally different from the way we generally deal with the traditional companies. So, for example, if I decide to be away from work tomorrow morning, so then I just put on my calendar PTO. I'm not gonna be working tomorrow morning. They don't question, they don't ask what I'm going to do, where I'm going to. So, and then it's getting common and common in those big tech companies. Okay. PTO. People love PTO. I can't stop laughing because of, I don't know if the message is late or she said, I can't stop laughing about Tamo Junto. A Fabi ainda tá rindo do Tamo Junto, gente. Onde já se viu? É do Tamo Junto ainda? Ai! Tamo junto. Ela ainda tá rindo do Tamo Junto. Vamos tentar mudar o foco aqui. Ai! Oh, we have some people here. Telinha! Telinha is on Instagram. Hi, Telinha. How are you? I missed you. So today we are talking about Acronyms, okay? Good. That's it. Yeah, telinha, Fabi is going crazy here. Hi, Reinaldo. Hi, dear. Ah, what a nice surprise. Welcome. So that's it. So we are talking about acronyms today. So we stopped on PTO, which is a paid time off. So remember, the company pays people to be away from work, and they don't even need to tell the company what they are doing, okay? So this is a very good benefit from work. So, and then we have the next one, HR. Remember, the pronunciation is HR. We link the words. So what is HR? Human resources. So human resources, in Portuguese we say recursos humanos, right? So human resources, HR. And we link, that's the correct way to pronounce it, okay? So HR. And then we have HRM, the next one here. So HRM is Human Resource Management. So then in this case, we don't use the S in resource, okay? So Human Resource Management, right? So let me get the next picture for you here. Okay, so here we go. Now we have the next part, which is IT. So IT is information technology. In Portuguese, we say TI, and in English, IT, right? So information technology. What is TI in Portuguese? Tecnologia da informação. So IT in English, okay? And then we have UX, my other area. I love UX. I love studying UX, which is user experience. So nowadays, it's really important to know or to have some skills on user experience if you have a business. And in Brazil, I sometimes see people saying UX, but it's not UX, it's UX, okay? So in English, we say UX, right? User experience, experiência do usuário, okay? Then we have the next one, PM. PM, project manager, which is gerente de projeto. So project manager. And it is very common to see people saying, I'm a PM. So I'm a PM means I'm a project manager. Then the next one, PR, public relations. So I'm a public relations. In Portuguese, you say relações públicas, right? Maybe, do we say RP in Portuguese? In Portuguese, relações públicas? I don't know. But in English, they do. The next one, M&A. So the pronunciation is M&A, which is mergers and acquisitions. So a merger happens when two businesses form a new business, right? So imagine two companies go together and then they build a new business, okay? So the next one here. So let me get the next picture for you. Okay. So here we go. So we have JIT. So JIT, just in time, JIT. EOD, end of day. EOM, end of month. And then we have FYI, for your information. LOL. Fabi is still laughing. She put LOL here. FYI, for your information. TBD. This is really common in emails, right? So when you receive an email, this is very common. TBD, to be decided. or TBC, to be confirmed. So about meetings, when they are setting meetings, this is very, very common in emails, okay? And then we have a P&L. So the pronunciation is P&L, P&L, okay? Which is profit and loss. In Portuguese, we say perdas e lucros. So we change the position in Portuguese. In English, we say profit and loss. In Portuguese, perdas e lucros, okay? Then we have IoT, which is Internet of Things. In Portuguese, Internet das Coisas. So now let me get the next slide for you. So we covered GIT, EOD, EOM, FYI, TBD or TBC, P&L, and IoT. Now, we have the next one is NGO. I love this one because people confused, like they get confused about this word. So in English, we say NGO, which is non-governmental organization. And in Portuguese, we say ONG. You see, we have another one in Portuguese, ONG. Yeah. So ONG is another acronym. MST is another acronym in Portuguese, right? So in English, NGO, okay? Remember, NGO, non-governmental organization, or organização não governamental. Then we have EU, European Union, UN, United Nations, Nações Unidas, right? Now we have the funny ones, the good ones, the one that Fabi already used, which is the informal acronym. So let me get here the next one. Yes, so here we go. LOL, so laughing out loud. OMG, so OMG, oh my gosh, oh my goodness, oh my god. Like, oh my god is not good, but oh my goodness is okay, or oh my gosh. MYOB, mind your own business. IDC, I don't care. BTW, by the way. I use this all the time, by the way. ETA, I learned this in real life. I received a message from a friend. He's not Brazilian. And then he said, Elaine, my ETA is 7:30 a.m. And I was like, my ETA? And I had no idea what he was talking about. So I had to look it up. So my ETA, my estimated time of arrival. So the time I will arrive in a place, okay? HBY or HBU, which is how about you? So for example, if you ask someone, hi, how are you? The person says, I'm okay. How about you? How about you? So they put HBY. Then we have, sorry, I need to change the picture here because it's not the same. Okay, now you have the same. We have BRB, which is be right back, like I will be back in a minute, so be right back. Then we have BYOB, which is a party. Fabi, do you remember what BYOB means? We saw this the other day on our class, on our group class. It's a type of message we see when we receive an invitation to a party. Remember? So we say, bring your. Let's see if she remembers this one. Bring your own. Does anybody know here? So we say, bring your own bottle. Some people say, bring your own beer, but the most common one is bring your own bottle, okay? Then we have a TBT, which is very common on Thursday, right? So remember, we use TBT on Thursdays. So TBT, yeah, bring your own bottle. TBT is Throwback Thursday, right? So when you post something on Thursday, something old, right? Then we have IDK, which is I don't know. So I don't know, IDK. AKA means as known as, like mais conhecido como. So in Portuguese we probably say vulgo, vulgo this or that. Ou mais conhecido como. So AKA. And then we have BFF, best friends forever. And NP, I use NP all the time. So NP is no problem, okay? It's very important to learn acronyms because in companies like Google, Facebook, I mean, the office, right? The company, they use this all the time. So if you start working in a company like that, so it's important to study acronyms for you to understand what they mean, because they use this all the time, by email, by text, okay? So most of them I learned when I was working at Google because they use this all the time, all the time. So here we go. Now I prepared a quiz for us. So let's see if I can share the quiz here on Instagram too. The picture, you can't see the picture. Okay, but I will say the word here. Right. So here we go. The first one is www stands for World Wide Web. Is it true or false? www stands for World Wide Web. What do you think? True or false? Number 2, FOMO stands for fear of missing out. Fear of missing out. True or false? 3, JOMO is the opposite of FOMO. JOMO is the opposite of FOMO. True or false? So let's see these 3 first ones. So I received here true for the first one. Yes, it's true. So www is World Wide Web. The second one, FOMO stands for fear of missing out. True. So I suffer from FOMO. JOMO, and then true. JOMO is the opposite of FOMO. Yes, correct. And JOMO means joy of missing out. So the opposite of FOMO. The next one, let me put here for the guys to see. Okay. Yeah, the picture here is not good, but okay, let's see. FBI stands for Federal Bank of Investment. FBI stands for Federal Bank of Investment. The next one, TV stands for television. TV stands for television. And HD stands for high definition. HD stands for high definition. True or false? So let's see. Number 4, false. Yeah, it's false. The correct words for FBI are, right? Federal Bureau of Investigation. Okay, that's it. So Federal Bureau of Investigation. And then 5, true. TV stands for television. And HD stands for high definition. I put an asterisk here for us to pay attention to the pronunciation, okay? So we say HD. So we have to say HD. I see many people saying AG. So it's not AG. So it's HD. An HD TV. HD TV. Then we have another one here. The B in USB stands for bus. The B in USB stands for bus. True or false? And then the last two ones. What does PC stand for? What does PC stand for? And what does AI stand for? What does AI stand for? Okay, so let me see. The B in USB stands for bus. It's true. It's correct. So we say universal serial bus. So bus in this case is a name for a system that connects something or connects devices, right? So this idea of connecting things. So yes, it is a technology term, and then it's true. So USB, universal serial bus, and PC, personal computer. This is it. And the last one, AI. So AI stands for what do we say? Yeah, artificial intelligence. Yeah, so artificial intelligence. In Portuguese, you say inteligência artificial, and in English, artificial intelligence. We start with A. That's it. Fantastic, beautiful. So we're going to stop here. So let me go back to you. Okay, so tell me, we have some minutes to finish our class. Tell me if you have any questions, if you remember other acronyms I didn't share here. Tell me if you would like to ask me something before we go. So what do you think? Let me see if we have questions here. No questions. So I hope you have enjoyed the content, the class, the words, okay? I hope you start using this. MYOB stands for mind your own business. Mind your own business. Let me write here for you. Mind your own business. Okay? But here, we have to be careful when we use MYOB, because we have to be really close to the person, because it's kind of offensive depending on the way or the situation. It is offensive. So it's like in Portuguese when we say não é da sua conta. It's like in Portuguese, não é da sua conta. Mind your own business, right? So we have to be very close to the person in English in order not to offend the person, okay? Although in English, they don't ask personal questions like we do in Portuguese. In Portuguese, we ask personal questions. In English, they don't. So they generally don't use this expression because people respect other people's space. So they don't invade, right, the space. Okay? Thank you very much. I hope you have enjoyed the class. I hope you have a beautiful week. And I'll see you next Wednesday, maybe. Let's see. I'm not sure. Maybe I'll see you next week, okay? Thank you for being here. See you. Bye-bye.